Yo, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to jump from this level of animation to this one. Let's go. Okay guys, here we are in DaVinci Resolve and let's go to media pool and I need DaVinci Resolve logo. So I put it here and let's extend that. I need that 5 seconds long. No, I need that 3 seconds long. Okay, we go into Inspector tab. Let's make it smaller like that. Let's go with position to the left. I would like to close the media pool. And now I'm going to select this diamond here on frame 0. Okay, and I want to go at the end of the clip and I want to move this element, this DaVinci Resolve logo, at the right side of the screen. And here we go. We've got linear movement, very simple. Okay, nothing special. And now when we select this arrow here, we go into the last frame of the clip, and when we select that, we can change it from linear to is in. And now the movement is better than linear. Nothing special, but a bit better. Okay, that was the level 1 of the animation. Now guys, I would like to introduce the level number 2. I'm going to double click on position here or reset that by this. Okay, let's go back with size like here and we go and put it to the left and select again diamond here, go to the end of the clip and move this DaVinci Resolve logo here. And then we need to open new feature which was introduced in DaVinci Resolve version 20, Keyframes tab. I barely use it, I have to say it, because I didn't find it very useful, but I show you how it works. So we can select the points here and we can change is in, is out here. We can change the movement. Okay, let's go with is in, is and is out. Let's go at the beginning. And we've got the nice seamless movement. Let's say now we want to extend the clip. We can open another keyframes here. That's a keyframe tray. Let's say we would like to extend the animation. So move it like that. So it's gonna be, let's say here. Let's move it. It moves slowly at the beginning and it's sharp in the middle and it's finished slowly at the end. Let's say we want to select again and change it to is out, okay? So it's like slowly at the beginning and move fast at the end, all right? Nice. And you can manipulate length here and you can use curves here, same like in Spline Editor in Fusion, okay? So it's quite useful. I don't use it so much, it's not convenient for me, it's just personal. If you like it, that's fine, you can use it, I just showed you how it works. And in level 3, we're going to the best tab, which is Fusion. I'm going to Effects, I'm going to Favorites, and I've got Fusion Composition in Favorites. I'm going to extend Fusion to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we jump into Fusion. We're going to create some similar movement here. Transparent background, I'm gonna grab DaVinci Resolve Square logo and I'm gonna rename it. Let's connect it to the background, transparent background. Let's select DaVinci Resolve logo and grab transform, okay? And now make it bigger. I do it always when I animate some node, I make them bigger. We got transform here and let's say you want to do something like size animation. So we on frame 50, let's remain size with number 1. Let's go to frame number 0 and let's put the size down to 0. Open the Spline Editor, select transform size, let's zoom to fit and select all the points. Move your cursor of the mouse here, click the right button and ease it to out back cubic. And when you play it, you've got this movement, okay? Quite nice. Let's zoom to fit. I want to show you something. So we've got quite few options here. My favorite one is out back cubic, but you can change it to out cubic. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, something like this. Okay, you can use it, just play with that. You will see what works best for you. So I'm going back to out back cubic and I would like to show you some issue with cubics. So if you in frame 50, remember that the curve is around here. Let's close Spline Editor and go to Keyframe Editor. I would like to extend that like extremely to 100. And as you can see, movement it's not the same, really not the same. It's not effective. I don't like it. So when we come back to Spline Editor and selecting all the points, as you can see, so it's like this curve was adjusted to the length, but it doesn't look good. So you have to adjust it again to put it a little bit down as it was before, as I told you, like remember in what high. So when you move it now, it looks a bit better, but obviously you need to make it shorter because it doesn't look good. But that's the problem with cubics, because when you change the length, in my opinion, cubics, the spline curves, it doesn't adjust properly to the length you do. Obviously it depends on the length. You need to feel what length is appropriate for your animation. So you see this point, and now let's go to level number 4. So let's leave this size animation like that. I'm going to select these points, and I'm going to hit Shift L, and we are back to linear movement, and I'm going to hit F and T, and I'm going to extend is in. So let's say it will be 80. Okay. So the animation is quite long. It's nice. It's smooth. But when I close the Spline Editor and open Keyframe Editor and make it shorter, let's say 20. So close Keyframe Editor, go back to Spline Editor and zoom to fit, select all the points. And as you can see, the curves remains the same, okay? So when you play it, it's nice, okay? It's not the same as it happened to cubic. So when I extend that, let's say to 40 and zoom to fit with Spline Editor and select all points, the curves remains the same. The animation is the same, okay? If you make some animations and you want to adjust the length to the speech of the content creator you work for, let's say, with cubics, that will be issue. You would have to come back, select all the points, and again go there, ease into cubic again and again. That's what I used to do, and that's why I left the cubic behind. Sometimes I use it, barely use it, but the best and reliable option is just, adjust it by yourself. With cubics issue this is because when you manipulate curves by yourself like that, so let's say it stays like that, and we on frame 40, the length is 40 frames, and when you changed the length, now when you extend that, look at the curves, something weird happened to them, okay? Summarizing the level number 4, so they remain the same. When you change the length, the shape of the curves remain the same if you don't touch it like that, okay? The most reliable, in my opinion, method is just, when you hit F and you manipulate numbers here, then you can extend that, change the length without changing the shape of the curve, so the movement will stay the same. It's very practical and flexible. Okay, and one more thing I would like to show you with that. So let's say we've got this animation and I want to change it to, let's say, around 70. And I would like to save that, so I don't have to do it every single time. So I'm going to save current selection, okay? When I save it and name it for tutorial, I'm going to change it to linear, Shift L. And now, if I change set selection to tutorial, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've even restart DaVinci, and when I restart DaVinci, I can't even see this option like set selection. You can try it yourself. If you find something different than I found here, please let me know in the comments below. That will be very helpful for everyone. Okay, that's it for level number 4, and let's jump into level number 5, guys. Let's double click on size, and I would like to show you something that gives you a lot of fun and more effective animations. Modify size with anim curves. Probably you heard about anim curves. If not, let's play with that. Let's go to modifiers, and now we in transition source. So it's linear movement. It's go throughout the clip, just like that. And if we want to change that to easing, let's see what happened. It's kind of linear the same because we didn't change in and out. So let's change this, stay like that. And we want to change it to, let's say, bounce, okay? It's bouncing at the end, okay? But I'm not happy to do it along the clip. So I want to change it, the scale, make it smaller like that. And let's play now. Okay, nice, okay? So you need to play with scale. You can plenty of options here, so let's change it to elastic. This is very nice move, and I think this is my favorite one. And same, you can change mirror here, so it's going to animate like that. And at the end of the clip, that's gonna come back. Okay, so I've got the loop here, but when it stop, and it's come back to the same position as it was at the beginning. Just play with that, manipulate here. Anim curves are fantastic, really, you can play around with that. I just want to show you just a few more examples what you can do with that. So I'm going to delete this modifier. So I'm going to select size again, change it to somewhere around here. I'm going to center, I'm going to modify that with X and Y path, go into modifier, deselect these diamonds, X and Y, and I'm going to modify Y with anim curves again. Let's leave transition source and change it to curve to easing. And I want this out to be elastic. I want to grab this little point in the middle, put it down, okay, like that. And let's see how it looks like. And you've got this nice movement, okay? So it's nice when you've got, let's say, instead of DaVinci Resolve, when you want to put some text here, like, I don't know, hello, and you can connect that to transform, so you will have nice text, but you have to adjust everything, obviously. Okay, and as you can see, now I found how to create nice movement. Okay, I love it. It looks really smooth, very nice. One more, guys. So let's go back to the DaVinci Resolve. And as you can see, you can just remain transform the same, and you can change, you can save even this transform, this node, and you can, you know, if you like this movement from the bottom, but every time with different icon or text, you have to adjust everything. But in this case, let's say we're in DaVinci Resolve logo now, and we're gonna grab another transform here just before this anim curved. So you need to take this transform and let's change the name of this transform. Okay, this one. That will be transform position. And I'm going to put it like this down here. And you need to go to the modifier and make a scale bigger like that, okay? And offset put down, okay? Easy, just play with that, you know, practice. Practice is king. And I wanna show you one more thing. So I'm gonna change elastic to bounce, and I wanna drop down the DaVinci Resolve icon, will be bouncing at the bottom. So let's play, like, give me just a few seconds. I wanna play around with properties. I'm gonna find it how to do that. Okay, so I found these parameters. It looks like that. So it's bouncing. Okay, so you can even make it better. So let's select merge. Let's go with rectangle. So it starts like here. So we need to adjust rectangle here, make soft edge. Okay, and we need to grab this rectangle and invert it and make it like that. Maybe soft edge is too much, and it will look something like this. So DaVinci Resolve is coming from nowhere, but I think you need to adjust soft edge of rectangle here and it will be fine. Okay, so it's coming from nowhere, basically. If you change background to alpha 0, it looks more effective. Woo-wee! Nice. Okay guys, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. If you would like to dive deeper into Fusion, I think this tutorial will be helpful for you. See you there.